Hey everybody, it's Aiden from the Mostly Uncommon Media channel here, doing the first video on this new channel. We have been trying to find a YouTube channel that does sort of the same thing that we do, which is hunt for obscure, rare DVDs, Blu-rays, CDs, but mostly movies, DVDs, and Blu-rays. We're going to be going to an independent bookstore that takes movies for credit. So pretty much I've been downsizing my collection a little bit of just movies that I don't watch, or I don't plan on watching soon, or if I already have like doubles. So I have a couple stacks here of movies I'm going to take to the bookstore, see how much credit I can get towards buying something else, something that I may watch, or something that a collector something. They sell Warner Archives there, they sell Criterions, so that might be a part of the purchase, some Criterions. Who knows how much credit they're going to give me. I'm going to throw in some books in there too, some books that they might take. So let's get into the movies here. We have a few Blu-rays, mostly DVDs. A couple of them are factory sealed, which I don't know if that really helps, but the first one we have is the Marley Africa Road Trip. We have Going My Way, part of the Universal Cinema Classics line. The Stalking Moon with Gregory Peck. Friendly Persuasion with Gary Cooper. We have a copy of The Last Waltz on Blu-ray. We have the first season of Da Vinci's Demons on Blu-ray. I've never watched this show, and I think it was just time to get rid of it. Legend on Blu-ray, Saratoga. We have Logan on DVD. I want to grab this on Blu-ray. Another Thin Man. I have the Thin Man 4-pack. I just recently got the Thin Man 4-pack with the TCM collection. We're going to go to the bookstore and see if we can go trade them in, get some credit, and we might go a couple other places, so yeah.
Hey everybody, it's a few days later since the last clip. That's why I'm wearing a different shirt. But I'm going to go with my dad to go to the bookstore, turn those movies in I showed you earlier, and yeah, let's get rolling.
So after everything, I got about $45 in change, and there's plenty of things to look through here. Some Ronald Reagan here, a lot of classics, John Wayne, Cary Grant over here, some Criterions, Made in the USA, only $10 on DVD, Brazil over here on Blu-ray. Nothing there though, so we decided to go to Barnes & Noble, check out what they got. They got some Harry Potter, new Harry Potter covers, they caught my eye. Just the same books, just with cool looking covers. Got some graphic novels over here, Howard the Duck, which is pretty cool, with Spider-Man, Captain Marvel there. Some masks like Harley Quinn, some He-Man mini comics, Deathstroke masks, some pretty cool stuff. Some X-Men, which is pretty neat. Some Star Wars graphic novels here, V for Vendetta, all kinds of cool stuff, including this Negan quotes book from the comics, Walking Dead, which is pretty neat. You know, my dad's a big fan of the show, and there's some pretty cool quotes in there. TV show has some different quotes than the comics, but there's still some pretty cool stuff in there, including some pictures, which is pretty cool to look at. So that's that Negan thing there, including also had some manga, My Hero Academia, I think they say that, Naruto, Pokemon, all kinds of stuff. I'm not really a big manga fan, but there was a little Arrow book over here, some Fallout, Dungeons and Dragons, plenty of things to look at here in the gaming section. Some Star Wars books, Solo, which is pretty cool. Some Harry Potter. There's some Harry Potter Ron Weasley dolls here. Some Fantastic Beasts little creatures that are in the movie, a little hippogriff there, which is pretty cool. Some pretty cool little things there. My dad's over here looking at the Comic-Con magazine TV guide. I guess Comic-Con's coming up, so they have some cool magazines out.
Look, they even have the Royal Wedding on DVD.
Oh, gotta have that.
Somebody looks like they just left their thing here. Bookwarsmovie.com.
Oh, he's
promoting.
So after all that weirdness, we have some more movie-related books, some Icon, Clint Eastwood. Over here with some Academy Awards guide, some pretty cool stuff, all kinds of different things. I'd love to own, I'd read all these books, but they're a little high price for me. But my dad over here found a graphic novel version of the Heroin Diaries by Nikki Sixx, created by the Heavy Metal Corporation. That's the regular edition, but that's the graphic novel. He's holding Heavy Metal there. which is pretty cool. It's interesting they made something like that. 50 years of covers with Yoko and John Lennon right there. Some interesting rock music books, and more heavy metal books, and some pretty cool stuff here. But now we get to what we were really looking at, the movies, and we're into the Criterions here. We got George Washington right up front. I saw that in an A24 interview with Barry Jenkins, the director of Moonlight. So interested to see that one. Fantastic Mr. Fox, Sid and Nancy, things like that. Things I already have. Um, but over here we got some vinyl, some David Bowie, Labyrinth, great movie, Lemonade, that's Beyonce, Blondie, all kinds of stuff here. Got some Maiden, of course, debut, Peace of Mind, Seventh Son, pretty cool stuff here. I'm looking to build up my vinyl collection, so this is very cool here. We got Damn by Kendrick Lamar, great album, one of my favorite albums, if not my favorite from last year. We got Outkast, ATLiens, obviously another classic hip hop record. Loving this cool Purple Rain picture disc here. I've never seen that before. Some Queen, Radiohead, it's all cool stuff. Slayer, of course, you gotta have some Slayer in your record collection. Mixed with a bunch of other things that shouldn't be sitting next to Slayer. Enter the Wu-Tang, another fantastic album. Love that one. A Weekend, John Coltrane, Blade Runner, all kinds of different varieties of records in here. But into the movies, and we got a lot of media, a lot of movies to check out, some CDs here. We have The Longest Day right up there. I almost missed it. The Longest Day on Blu-ray DVD. That's like a box. I've seen that at Walmart. I haven't seen it in a while, so it must have gone out of print or out of sale at Walmart. They don't sell there anymore. But we got some Rock Hudson, which is pretty cool. Some, Bob Hope over there, Three Stooges, Laurel and Hardy, a bunch of cool like comedy box sets, all kinds of different things there. Looking through all the stuff here, we got some Marx Brothers up here, which is pretty cool, pretty different. My Fair Lady, and they got all a variety of stuff. Mel Brooks, this Mel Brooks collection is absolutely awesome. I'd love to have that, but on Blu-ray, of course, the Blu-ray edition of those movies. But a lot of stuff to look through. We got some stuff like Sing Street over here. Fantastic movie. Love that one. Some silver screen icons like Maureen O'Hara, Humphrey Bogart, stuff like that. My dad's over here looking at the rest of the movies. We got stuff like Midnight Express on DVD here. Mommy Dearest over there on the left. Some Walt Disney, Picnic, The Post, Perks of Being a Wallflower. All great movies. Over here we're looking at some comedy or comedy-ish. See some Young Frankenstein like variant they used to have around Halloween time over in Walmart over there. But it's pretty cool. Stuff like Dallas Buyers Club, Age of Consent, which is I think it's a Paramount release. Very cool. Only $5 at Barnes & Noble. All Quiet on the Western Front. I have that one. The Cinema Classics. All kinds of cool stuff over here, including an Arrow video, Crimes of Passion. It's the only Arrow video I've ever seen in person, which is pretty cool. An American release, of course. And Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, which is pretty cool. Over here we got some docs, some art documentaries, which is kind of interesting. I love the Power of Art series, the Simon Schama version. I own that, and I bought that at the bookstore I was mentioning earlier for a great deal, and I really love that. So we got some Disney titles over here. We got stuff like Cars 3 for ridiculous prices over here. Robin Hood, things that I have in my collection already. Rescuers, Coco, Tangled, things like that. Finding Dory, the Lady and the Tramp, all kinds of different types of Disney movies. A lot of Disney movies. They have the Harry Potter collection, which I remember being into before I owned all of the movies. Into getting the Harry Potter collection. They actually have a good deal on Firefly, the series, only for about $30 on Blu-ray, and this is a little collectible Blu-ray set, which is pretty surprising for Barnes & Noble. Usually their stuff's a little more expensive. Got The Magicians here. Looks like an interesting show. Has a really cool looking cover. We have SNL, of course. It's a classic here, only 40% off of regular price. They have other SNL seasons as well, but a bunch of TV seasons, Last Ship, all kinds of cool things here. We got some Doctor Who as well. Now we're into the Criterions, Videodrome. Barnes & Noble is well known for their Criterions. You got the Virgin Suicides, one of the new ones. Thrones of Blood. We got Sweet Smell of Success, Straw Dogs over there, another new Criterion. I've been wanting to get my hands on some Criterions. They're a little pricey for me. I have, I think, three. I have Blowout, Eraserhead, which is one of the, Criterions everybody's supposed to have. Seventh Seal there, as well as Blowout, Eraserhead, and Wings of Desire, which I got for a really good price. But I want to get some more Criterions. Night of the Living Dead would be a cool Criterion to have, even though I have the regular Blu-ray already. Some Charlie Chaplin here, some Fritz Lang M, which is pretty cool. They had 8.5 in the bookstore, so I think that's where I'm going to shop for my Criterions. We got some Martin Scorsese, I guess, selected movies there. But there are some movies that I'd like to get on Criterion and that I'm probably going to buy at the bookstore, use some of my credit to get. So that'll be a later video since I didn't buy anything at the bookstore earlier today. But yeah, I get some Charlie Chaplin, some pretty cool stuff here. Criterion, a great film release company. I can't seem to hold on to this Nikatsu Noir set, but they produce all kinds of high quality Blu-rays and DVDs. Even the DVDs are in great shape and they are great quality, great restorations and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, I mean, Criterion's definitely a great company. Found another copy of Brazil, like I found in the bookstore earlier. But found some Ingmar Bergman and some David Lynch over there. But all kinds of stuff here. Jim Jarmusch, I'm not sure how to say that. We got Star Wars toys here next to the toys section. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Cool display items. You got some Studio Ghibli here. Some Kiki's Delivery Service. Totoro. Little figurines there. Got some pop vinyls, including a Vince Neil pop vinyl up here. Motley Crue, pretty cool, pretty rare. I mean, rare-ish, not really easy to find, not really common. And these pops have been sitting in the Florida sun for a little longer than they should have because the sign's a little sun-baked, as well as some of the pop boxes. And if you're a collector, that's pretty bad.
Didn't find anything at Barnes and Noble. Not really. Everything is a little overpriced in there.
Yeah.
All the movies and the CDs and everything. We showed some of the prices and they're a little much.
Our next stop is the Cash America Pawn, one of the local pawn shops in the area. Their Blu-rays are a little more moderately priced, so something we'll have to check out. And first thing I find in here is Dope, a great, fantastic hip-hop movie, I guess teen coming of age. We got The World Wars and Jason Bourne. The World Wars I would have loved to grab, but the price was a little too steep for me. A copy of Detention, never heard of that movie. Fist Fight, one I do have in my collection. Digging through the DVD box here, we got The Outsiders, Dog Day Afternoon. Cool stuff like that. Cool rare stuff up the top. Not really in the bottom here. But I did find a copy of Sister Act and Sister Act 2 collection, which is pretty neat. And a copy of Used Cars with Kurt Russell. That's pretty cool as well. Didn't get anything from there, but we're on to another Cash America pawn shop over here in a different part of town. So we're going to check in here, see what they have in here. They got, first thing I see here, we have Indiana Jones Temple of Doom in Blu-ray, Last Starfighter, Carmen Jones, one I do have in my collection, although they want a little much for that. But I did find a copy of The Magnificent Seven that I'm upgrading for $2, and a copy of Nightmare on Elm Street that I did not have, that I'm paying $3 for. And we're over here checking the DVDs, seeing what works and what doesn't. Tender Mercies, as well as The Hunted, and the Mythbusters Collection 3, all on the store, and the Magnificent 7 Nightmare on Elm Street for me. So check eBay for those. Value Pawn and Jewelry is another one of the pawn shops we go to. It's funny, Saturday the 14th, they have no shortage of Friday the 13th titles. Pretty much most of the series, Jason Takes Manhattan, Part 3, the final part. I don't know how many of those they have, but they have, of course, the original and a really beat up copy of like the New Beginning. And then, as well as this cool Pink Floyd guitar, which is pretty neat. Wish you were here. We have this little 4-pack here, The Thing, They Live. Pretty cool stuff. GI Blues, another cool DVD, and The Sinner. I see.
Okay, we didn't find much today in terms of movies. Other than the 2 Blu-rays I showed you, I didn't really get anything. We went to Barnes & Noble, didn't really buy anything. The bookstore, we didn't really buy anything. And the pawn shops are kind of hit and miss. As you can see, sometimes they have like obscure titles like that, Sister Act 2, Outsiders and stuff like that. But I didn't really find anything for me. There's a couple things that are going to go on the eBay store, which is in the link in the description. Also, we have an Instagram, so go follow us on there. Also, link in the description. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so you guys know when we upload videos. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Hey.